I'm back. I'm biased, I'm bothered, and I am always unfiltered. If you are easily offended, this is not the place for you. But you still haven't managed to worthy up. Not to worry, let's get into this mess. Alright lads, we are on season 20, episode 13 of Sister Wives. It was a good episode, well, for Sister Wives. We do also have some breaking news, which you are going to hear last all the time, but we'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, we're in Las Vegas, back in this empty hotel room with Kody, David and Christine. Now, Kody is talking about the fact that he said that he didn't love Christine. He shouldn't have said that, because he did actually love her. So we kind of get a confessional, and Christine is saying, "You're telling me that you did love me? It's weird to be saying that in front of me husband." Now she reckons that Robyn should be there if Kody is going to be talking about things like that. Oh God, I would have paid money for Robyn to be there. I want to see this woman outside of that feckin' house. I'd actually love to see her out in the wild somewhere. Anyway, we are getting a lot of word salad from Kody. So he says this, right? That their life experience was incredibly poetic. As soon as I heard that, I thought, he's at the being practicing this in front of a mirror. So he says, it's beautiful like a storm in the sunset. They had hard days, good days, and it was beautiful. I thought, no, when she was working nights, it wasn't beautiful for her then. Now, he also says that he's sorry for being a victim, but sometimes the experience was good. I thought, when was it good for her? I believe this woman had a paper round. When? And also, he went to Robyn's when Truly was only about 24 hours old. When was it ever good for Christine? Now, Kody thinks that the relationship was special. I thought maybe for you it was, but certainly not for this woman. Anyway, we're hearing from David. He thinks it's awkward, right? And he feels like he's the third wheel. But he reckons Kody always loved Christine because they were married and they had kids. Oh, I hate to break it to you, David, but no, he didn't love her. Now, Kody wants to say to Christine, thank you for the fascinating, wonderful, and precious experience. But he doesn't say, I want to thank you for the half a dozen kids that you gave me. I want to thank you for raising 13 of my children, for homeschooling all of them, and making the homemade hamburger buns. He's not saying any of that. But Kody wants to shake hands and hopefully be friends with Christine and David. And David is like, why just hope? Why are you just saying you're going to hope that? And Kody says, well, there's a lot of water under the bridge and he doesn't know where to start. And David says, start with your children, you fucking loser. Now, David is telling Kody, all the adults, they've all moved on, Kody. They've all healed, but your kids haven't. These kids need to heal. But Kody is telling us that his purpose during this apology is only to apologize to Christine, not to be apologizing to David. And he's not apologizing to those kids, right? I know he's talking about the kids. Anyway, we're in part one. Now, Meri is FaceTiming with Janelle. It's obvious, right, that Janelle and Meri don't keep in touch because Janelle is asking, are you still having guests in the B&B? No, she's not. She's not, because she posted on IG ages ago that she was closing for renovations. Anyway, Janelle is getting this spiritual divorce and Meri is going to be walking her through it. Now, Meri does offer to go with her. Janelle doesn't take her up on the offer. Now, Janelle says that she mentioned the spiritual divorce to Kody. He didn't care, right? He didn't care. But she still wants it because it's final. Because these two have been together for over 30 years, right? I can understand that. I think you just want a bit of closure. Anyway, we're getting a bit of a confessional with Meri. I do have to say, this colour is very good on her, this green. It really is. So when she went for her spiritual divorce, she thought that the people weren't going to give it to her, right? Because they were going on about something. So basically, she just went on full Karen mode. And then she did get her spiritual divorce. I'm happy for her, by the way. I was also wondering, how does that work? People get divorced and you get a divorce paper, I suppose. I wonder what you get here, or I wonder just a person just say to you you are divorced or something. I've no idea, but I am interested if they tell us more about it. So Janelle finally, right, sent a text to get the ball rolling. And again, Meri is offering to be with her. Janelle doesn't say anything. Oh, I feckin' love Janelle. Do you know what? I need to be as unbothered as this woman. I really do. But I don't have that ability. Anyway, we're back in Vegas, right? With David, Christine, and Kody. Now, I believe these are having oysters on ice, and I say, hell no. I love oysters, okay? I love most seafood, but I am not eating these raw, not a feckin' chance. I don't want sushi. I don't want raw oysters. No way, no. Cook everything. Now, that may be because I catch a lot of fish, so no, I'm not eating that. And I don't want to put you off your sushi if that's something that you enjoy. So anyway, we leave it at that. Now Kody is telling us that he has set boundaries with the kids. And basically he's setting boundaries with David and Christine. I thought, how do you even set boundaries with your children? Like Trudy is only about 16 years old. Anyway, Kody is saying that he is making an effort because he's reaching out. I thought, no, you're not, because Leon told us. Leon told us that you're a lying liar that lies. Oh, so David tells us like he's not really impressed with Kody just cutting him off because he interacts with all of the kids and he knows that they are hurt. But Kody is just not interested in taking any advice from David. I thought he should be, because he is the kid's stepfather. He has also raised 8 of his own children, and I believe he has a good relationship with all of them. So Cody reckons that David doesn't know anything about polygamy, and David is like, he's a feckin' liar, lads. I grew up with polygamy. I know all about this shenanigans. So Kody wants David and Christine to advise the kids to communicate with him, but not to be interfering. I thought, how would that even work though? Like Truly Wooly Brown, she has a new daddy now, and his name is David Wooly Brown. I don't believe that David is vindictive. I believe he would encourage a relationship, but I also believe that David wants the very best for Truly. You know, I do actually believe that about him. I think he's a good guy. I don't know why people dislike this man. I like him a lot. Anyway, now we're in Flagstaff with slow-mo Joe Robyn, right? Now she says that when Kody is away, she likes to spend time with the kids. So I was thinking, oh, right, we're going to get to see King Solomon or world heavyweight champion Ariella. But no, she's actually talking about making cookies with this grown woman, Aurora. Now, Robyn is worried about Kody being on his apology tour because the OG wives, they're just too hard on him, you know, poor guy. Oh, God love him. Now, Aurora's boyfriend is graduating from the military training that he's doing, and Robyn is going to go with Aurora to see him. I thought, why? Isn't she like she's about 23 or 24 or something? Why the hell is she going with her? I don't understand any of that. But Aurora is praying about this relationship all the time. And Robyn says that she wants Aurora to experience life on her own. I thought, well, let her go and see her boyfriend then. Or better yet, tell her to get a job, get a feckin' life, and move out that house. So Aurora is asking Robyn, when did she know that she loved Kody? And Robyn says it was on a drive. She was driving with Kody, and she was just so overcome with emotion that she couldn't talk for half an hour. No, I guarantee you, right? This is when she read that TLC contract. She was probably also doing something else with her mouth in that car. You know that they were getting up to all sorts. But apparently, God just told her that Kody was her person. I thought, did God also tell you that he was going to ditch all of his wives and all of his kids for you, Robyn? I'm pretty sure he didn't. Like, I'm pretty sure God would be angry about that. But anyway, then Robyn said that a man should not be a financial plan for a woman. I thought, you cheeky feckin' cow, you. But also she's right, because the sister wife should be a financial plan. It worked out well for her. Like, the woman hasn't worked a day in her life, and she lives in a house, right, that the majority of us will never be able to afford. But Robyn wants Aurora to live before she becomes a wife and a mother. I thought, hang on a sec, who said anything about her becoming a mother? She didn't say like that she was going to get married and have pop out kids, but I hope she does, right? Because I want to see Kody as the birthing photographer. And then I was thinking, do you remember Robyn got knocked up? But she actually got knocked up by her sister's boyfriend. Wouldn't it just be classic, a full circle moment, if Brianna entered the picture with Brody? Oh my God. Oh, anyway, back to the apology, right? Kody says that he wants Christine to be free, and Christine is telling us She's all the way free, baby. She's all the way healed. Do you remember Robyn was saying, basically, in order to get out of their religion, right, you had to bang somebody else? This woman has been banged. She's grand. She's free. She's done all the healing. Now, David is telling Kody, Kody, I was like you once. I was a stubborn prick. But basically, you have to back down, dude. Now, Kody says that David has only known Christine for 2 years, but he was with her for 25 years. And I thought, yeah, that's true, right? On paper, that is true. But if we add up how many nights, how many hours Kody actually spent with Christine, I guarantee you it's probably the equivalent to 2 years. So David knows her just as well. Anyway, then randomly, David just invites Kody to Moab. Now, Kody did make me laugh here, okay? Because he says, I'm not really interested in that. Oh, the filter again, not there. So apparently, David, he was a bit of a hero and he brought loads of women to Moab. And he just knew that he'd married the person who loved Moab as much as him. So basically, he's saying that that's how he got Christine. And then, sweet baby Jesus, I see Kody Brown's new hair. We're not saying anything about it though. He's just slotted in, okay, as if we're not going to notice. As if, look at the fucking thing. Anyway, these are going racetracking in Vegas, right? And they've planned to meet up the next day. So the three of them are saying goodbye. It's really Christine that's trying to get the ball moving. You know when one person has to say goodbye and then it takes forever. But during all of this, I don't know when, Kody must have ordered something, okay? Because he's getting a dessert. Now they're calling it sorbet, but it's actually an ice cream. I believe it is. But he's asking them if they want any. Now they say no. I thought, you're so stupid. Say yes. I would have said yes, right? And I would have taken that spoon. I would have licked the spoon all over and I would have bet every single bit of that sorbet. Now, I don't have the ability to say things and not come across as a bitch, but I do have the ability to make an awkward situation really, really uncomfortable. Ah, God's just gave me that ability, so who am I to not use it? Anyway, Dave and Christine leave, and Christine says she wants to be able to tell the kids that they can have a good relationship because she wants to show them that she has a relationship with Kody. Anyway, Kody is saying goodbye, but as he's saying goodbye, right, he does his cameo peace and love. I wonder did he charge TLC for doing that? So it's the next day and we're at the racetrack. And because David is around Kody's kids, more than Kody, this is going to be a good way for them to get to know each other. So Christine and David are signing into this place, and then Kody arrives late, him and his rickets, okay, just walking in. Now, Christine wants everything to be fun, and she wants to tell the kids, look, kids, it's grand. You can meet him, like, you can have a bit of crack with him. I understand why she's doing this, I really do, because she knows that her kids, like, they know exactly what's going on with the tenders and the flowers in the attic. She doesn't want her kids to feel left out, so I get where she's coming from. But these three are in the helmets, which never look good on anybody. Now, Christine is going in the car first. I was raging because I actually thought that they were racing. Anyway, Kody and David, they don't know what to do, right? So Kody is just saying, go, Christine, and cheering her on, which was just incredibly funny to me. But what's even funnier is David just standing there in his do-rag. Fucking hell. But anyway, even as Christine is driving, Kody is still criticizing her. But David is shouting, go, Christine, like Talma and Louise. I thought, no, I really do think that those two killed each other. But maybe David didn't know that part. Anyway, it's David's turn and he is driving, and Kody and Christine are just standing there watching him. These two are so awkward together. Now, Kody wants to make it clear, right, that they are not together, they are not a couple. He's always made that clear to us, we've always known. I want to see Robyn here, I really do. I want to see Robyn out in the wild. I just want to see her doing something different. So anyway, Kody is up next. And then I realised they all have instructors with them. Oh, I am not interested in any of that. But anyway, Kody is saying that he wants to go fast, right? But then I thought, oh man, I don't want to be in this car. Floppy paddles, Tiptronic, no. Give me a manual car. I can't even drive an automatic car. I feckin' hate them, I really do. I am also, electric cars, not for me, lads. No, I need an engine. I need petrol or diesel. You know, call me old fashioned, but I need to be able to drive a car. I need to be able to feel the pedals under my feet, and I need to have a bit of crack, you know. Oh, so anyway, Kody is saying that the last chapter of their lives, so basically the past 4 years, has been painful and degrading. I thought, yeah, but not as painful and degrading as this, because we get to the scoreboard, and Kody comes in number 4, right? But he only did 6 laps. Christine comes in at number 9. She did 7 laps. And David comes in at number 10, but he only did 6 laps too. I thought, oof, that is painful and degrading for poor David. Anyway, back in the hotel, Cody's friend just arrives. I thought, why? Who the hell has your friend come to visit you? I don't believe this guy is local to this area, so why the hell is he going there? But anyway, it's Brian. Do you remember Kody officiated this man's wedding to sweetheart Judith, but he wasn't able to make it to Isabel's spinal surgery? But I was also wondering, why is Brian here? Like, get Kyle and Ken and Nathan, let's make it a real party. But anyway, as he's inviting Brian in, after they have a huge hug at the door, he's pointing out the great view to Brian, but he doesn't bring him over to the window. He just like sit down. I thought it's very feckin' Kody. Anyway, he's telling Brian that he was on his apology tour. Then Kody tells us about Janelle. Now, this is definitely set up, okay? Because this man is saying again that Janelle wanted to sell the land out from under Meri and Robyn. That is a lie. And I believe the reason he's bringing this back up now is because he did actually get pushback from it initially. So he's trying to walk it back a bit. But according to him, Robyn is an absolute angel. And she says, no, we can't do that to the wives. We've already got a $2 million house out of them, Kody. You know, leave them with something. So Kody is only apologising for everything that he can. That's what he says to Brian anyway. So Brian is asking, and how are things with the wives and with Robyn? And Kody says, Robyn doesn't even exist to them. I thought she does. She does, but she exists in some alternative universe, Kody, in which they have all bought her a house for her, and she's never even had to work. Now, Kody is telling us that he trusted certain things about each wife. Now, apparently, everybody is guilty, and now he just needs to forgive himself. I thought the feckin' delusion this man has. So we're in Parawan with Meri, Jen, and Amber. Oh, God, Amber. So anyway, Meri is warning him, don't you dare touch that handrail. Do you know what she reminds me of? Do you remember Buffalo Bill? Do you remember he was like, rub the fucking lotion on? That's what Meri reminds me of. So Meri tells Amber and Jen that she's meeting Kody tomorrow, and Jen immediately wants to know, why the hell are you doing that? Thank God we have Jen, because I feckin' hate Amber. I just can't take to this woman at all. Now, I am glad that Meri and her have their special friendship. Have, like, you know, their sisterhood, their scissorhood. I'm happy for them, but get her off me telly. I can't stand her. Anyway, Meri is telling them that Kody wants to extend an olive branch of benevolence. And Jen is like, Meri, you've been divorced for ages. What the hell are you doing? So Meri tells us that the last time she seen Kody was in Coyote Pass, where he basically ignored her. So Jen just doesn't understand why Meri wants to do this. And Meri says she's curious. And Jen is like, yeah, that killed the cat, Meri. But Jen does ask Meri to put the phone on loudspeaker. I would have died if Meri had done that. I'd have feckin' loved to hear it. Anyway, Meri is telling us that Jen has had her back for the past 12 years. I thought, hang on, last week it was 14 years. Make up your fucking mind. So Jen says that Kody is always throwing around the word benevolence and bitch. I knew that when Kody Brown came for Jen, the man made a big mistake. Big fucking mistake. But Meri says she thinks that men are dumb. And Amber says finally she gets it. I knew these two. I knew these two are up to their scissor shenanigans. Anyway, we're back in the hotel with Kody and Brian. Now, Kody is moaning about the ex-wives, and he says that he did help Meri to move, and it was grand, but then after that she got real funky. I thought, that's not true, Kody. You did help her move, okay? It probably was grand, but after that you called Jen a bitch. Of course she was going to lose her mind over that. So basically, Kody is allowed to be bitching and moaning to Brian, but Meri is not allowed to do the same thing with her friends. That's the gist of what he's saying here. Now Brian wants to know how it's gonna go with Meri when she finds out about Kody and Janelle wanting to sell the land. And Kody says, I'm not even gonna tell her. I thought, Kody, there's a fucking camera crew there in the room while you're having this conversation. But he does say that he's gonna leave that up to Janelle. I'm telling you, the man is trying to walk back what he said about Janelle. Because realistically and legally, they couldn't have sold that land like just Janelle and Kody. No, Robyn's name is on it and Meri's name is on it. So they all had to sell it. That's why he's trying to walk it back. This is all crap. Then Brian brings up the idea of a family reunion, which I do believe is going to happen. Now, I'm not sure we're going to get all of the OG kids. I think we'll get the majority of them. I don't believe Logan and Leon will want to be involved, but I think all of the others may. And I do believe Robyn is going to have to try and get involved somehow because she's completely and utterly out of a storyline. Anyway, Kody reckons that the meeting with Meri can go bad very quickly. I reckon it can too, and that is why I am looking forward to it. So we're back at Meri's. Now, Amber is worried about how she's going to shake off Kody's energy. I thought she'd be grand, Amber. I'm sure you'll be able to shake it off for her. So Jen is suggesting holy water. I tell you, you're going to need more than that. You'll probably need the blessed oil. Don't be taking any chances. Now, Meri reckons that she'll probably have a dance party. I thought fantastic idea and get cameras on that. Now, apparently, Meri ran into Kody in Flagstaff. Now, she doesn't tell us how that came to be. I want to know, like, how did they just run into each other? But apparently she did, and she said to him, look, can we just be friends? Like, just be nice to each other. But then he came for Jen. I knew it. I fucking knew. Huge mistake, dude. Huge mistake. So Meri says that she is going into the apology with very strong boundaries. And then Amber is giving Meri some therapy that nobody wants to hear, right? I do have to let you all know that both Meri and Mackenzie have posted and not only alluded to, but actually said that the show is over. So Janelle says that she has left the show. She posted that on Instagram. And Mackenzie posted on not behind the paywall. She actually just posted this publicly but on Patreon that the show might end. So I'm not sure whether Janelle meant to post that because she hasn't responded to any of the questions asking her. And I'm not sure. I know, look, McKelty is a hustler, can't blame the girl. She does have a family to feed. So, I'm not going to blame her for any of that. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this. On the one hand, I do believe that the show will still continue even without Janelle, but I don't want it to end. Oh, but then I was thinking maybe Janelle and Maddie are kind of getting a spin off. McKelty and Tony definitely aren't. They're just going to be basically recording themselves on their phones and just like posting it. And then we see a next time on Sister Wives with Robyn talking a whole load of bollocks about how Kody never spoke about the wives in front of her. And then we get a glimpse of Meri saying to Kody, you're not going to be shutting me down anymore. I cannot wait for these two to have their apology. Well, for Meri to have her apology. I really am looking forward to it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one. Happy holidays to everybody who celebrate. And remember, I love you long time.